This is the Leitmotif and Movement Podcast, a father and son's journey into the vast worlds of music. I'm your host, Mike Ficklin, and joining me on this epic musical journey is my son,
Michael Ficklin.
This show is dedicated to the discussion of music and introducing Michael to music from the past and present. We will mainly be discussing the genres of rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. We will also from time to time dive into film and video game scores, and we'll sprinkle in some surprises along the way. Michael, what have you been listening to this week?
Course assignments. Listen to a lot of Periphery's Juggernaut Omega album. Listen to a little bit of Opeth.
What Opeth record?
The one we covered, the
Last Will
Will
and Testament?
Testament.
Okay.
Yeah. My big Spotify list.
Haven't branched out into anything new this week?
Nope.
All right.
And the assignments.
Well, I'm looking forward to discussing the assignments with you. Should be a fun discussion. Hope you enjoyed it. Guess we'll find out shortly. For myself, I've listened to a little bit of Opeth myself. Been listening to the Blackwater Park album. in this, I think I feel like this is just an absolute masterpiece of an album. It's definitely my personal favorite record in their discography. Songs like The Leper Affinity, The Drapery Falls, and the title track are absolutely certified prog metal bangers. The Drapery Falls in particular is, for me, the crown jewel of the record. Excellent record.
We've been listening to that record a lot over the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when I go back and revisit it, I can't get enough of it. So it's like revisiting an old friend. Also listened to the new Frontierer EP titled The Skull Burned Wearing Hell Like a Life Vest as the Night Wept. These guys are a Scottish mathcore band and they just go hard as hell. It's like 12 minutes of just nothing but absolute fury. Sometimes just goes hard and fast, and other times it gets real slow and sludgy. Comes together for like a full-on face-melting aural assault, man. Also listened to Pair of Aces Part 2 by Rival Sons. It's the second part of their double live album. Like with Part 1, it doesn't include any crowd noise, which is kind of a bummer for me. But the energy from the band still comes through loud and clear. There's some great bluesy songs on here. These guys are phenomenal. I really need to see them live. Also listened to the new Jesus Peace single titled Greed, Conjure Life. These guys are out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They're a metalcore band, and man, this thing is just an all-out metal assault on your ear holes, man. Outstanding songs that are just assured to get your ass in the pit live. Also listened to a new single from Oceans of Slumber called Alone. This is actually a cover of the Heart song by the same name. Typically I'm not one that would rate a cover song at the same level or better than the original. In fact, I generally prefer the original version of any song. However, I gotta say Oceans of Slumber does a really good job of making this one their own. Vocalist Cammie Gilbert-Beverly just nails the vocal delivery on this. It's really good. And the last thing I've been listening to, obviously other than the assignments for this week, is a new single from Artificial Trauma. These guys are a progressive metal band, and man, this thing's just full of soaring melodic vocals and just this huge cinematic soundscape. There's amazing guitar work in it. Outstanding song. I really hope that this is kind of heralding a new record from these guys. It's fantastic. Michael, anything else for you?
No.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and move right on into our next topic. This is the art of discovery. And since this is our first art of discovery of the new year, I'd like to reiterate something that we have been saying since we started this segment. if you are a unsigned band and you're looking to get yourself some notice and have some of your music played to our listeners, feel free to reach out to us. Send us a message on our social media accounts. Shoot us an email. We'd love to check your music out and definitely give you a shout and get an opportunity to play some of your music on the show. And we are featuring three new artists. I've not featured any of these artists on the show before. So, Michael, this is going to be a new adventure for you. First song we're going to feature is from a band called Monosphere. This is their single Method Acting from their 2023 record Sentience. is not my And once again, that was Monosphere with their song Method Acting from their 2023 record Sentience. These guys are a progressive metal band out of, I believe it's pronounced Mainz or Mainz, Germany. Fun fact, the band says that this is the hardest song to play live and their fastest one in general. Michael, what'd you think of this one?
Had me headbanging the whole entire song. Really like the guitar. Um, it's pretty good.
Liked it pretty well?
Pretty good start of the new year.
Awesome. All right. Our next song is from a band called Avelion. This is their song Firestone. And once again, that was Firestone by Avelion. They are a progressive metal band out of Italy. Michael, what'd you think of this song?
We liked it. It was more chiller than the other song, but other than that, I really like the vocals and the instruments.
Yeah, it's quite a bit more melodic, right?
Yeah.
Cool song.
Yeah, nicely done.
All right. And for our last song on this episode's Art of Discovery, we've got the band Virtual Symmetry with their song Hearts of Resonance, and that comes from their new record, Veils of Illumination. And that again was Virtual Symmetry with their song Heart's Resonance from their new record Veils of Illumination. Virtual Symmetry is a progressive metal band out of Switzerland. Michael, what'd you think of this one?
Really like this. I can't really put in words how good it is. The keyboards are amazing. It fits so well with the song.
Outstanding guitar work, right?
Yeah.
I think these last two songs have had some really good guitar work. Both of these last two songs have excellent vocals. Yeah, it's both of those last couple of songs are I think they kind of remind me a little bit of a band that you had on your, or we both listed among our favorites of the year last year, the Evergrey Theories of Emptiness record. I think like these last couple bands kind of remind me a bit of those guys, and maybe a little bit of Dream Theater too. Good stuff.
Read.
Michael, anything else to say before we close up this segment?
Thank you to the bands that allow us to listen to their music on the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Yep, 100%. Thank you very much to Monosphere, Avelion, and Virtual Symmetry for allowing us to play this. Again, if you are in a band and you would like us to listen to your music or perhaps play some of your music on the show, please reach out to us via any of our social media accounts or via our email, lightmovepod@gmail.com. We want to check you out. We want to give you exposure. Shoot us a message. All right, now moving on to our main topic of the show. This episode, we are breaking down the 2020 release from Loathe. I Let It In, and It Took Everything. A little bit of background on this record. This is the second studio album from the British heavy metal band Loathe. It was released on February 7th, 2020 through Sharptone Records. The album received positive reviews and was named as the 12th best metal album of 2020 by Metal Hammer. I wish that I had had some additional uh, background information. There's not a lot of information out there as far as what the individual songs are about, but I wish there was some of that information out there. I do know that as far as ratings are concerned from the album, Kerrang gave it a high score. It scored 4 out of 5 through Kerrang magazine. Metal Hammer scored it 4 out of 5 stars. Metal Storm scored it 7.5 out of 10. So obviously high scores for this record. Before we get into the actual discussion of the record, Michael, what did you think on your first listen to this record? Just an overall thought.
Hi, the title of the record, I thought it was gonna be like a breakup record, like uh explaining like a breakup, but I feel it's something more.
Yeah, I think on first listen you definitely pick up on how uh, emotional and melancholic a lot of the songs are, right?
Mhm.
And I think as we get into it, I think you're going to hear those words used a lot. All right, so we'll go ahead and start in with our track by track breakdown. First song on the album is called Theme. Michael, what do you have on this song?
I uh I I feel it's a great opener because of it like uh being a intermission song. It kind of shows like the how this album's gonna be like throughout the record.
Yeah, it's sort of a melancholic, kind of laid back synth instrumental intro. Um, it's definitely a bit of a harbinger of things to come as far as just the sort of emotional roller coaster that this album is going to take us on here.
It's very eerie.
Yeah, kind of haunting.
Mhm.
Anything else to say on theme?
Nope.
All right, so we will move right into track number two. This song is called Aggressive Evolution. Michael, what do you got on this one?
I really like how it opens up with like that the screeching of like a is that like the guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how it opens up and then it starts going into a normal guitar riff and then uh everything starts slowly adding um really like the vocals and that's really it.
Yeah, so I agree with you. It kind of opens up with this kind of furious, heavy, declamatory guitar riff. The
Yeah.
guitars are squealing through the verses. Really like the aggressive, screaming vocals through the first verse. And then it kind of flows into this like more melodic chorus,
Yeah,
kind of opens up a bit with the clean vocals. Yeah, it's a really good opener. Very catchy. I
it
really like this song
slowly
quite a bit.
it slowly becomes a melodic song through it. It opens strong and then slowly fades.
Let me ask you, what do you think of kind of, because I think a lot of the songs feel this way vocally. It kind of feels like the vocal performance is kind of subdued. It's not it's not way out in front, if you will.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think about it?
it seems like it's supposed to be like a conversation.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, are you referring just to this song in particular, or do you mean like through the
Yeah,
album?
throughout the album.
Yeah,
Right.
it kind of feels like they've mixed the vocals. Kind of, it's down with the instruments. It's not way out in front. So yeah, it's very interesting the way that they've mixed the vocals on this album.
Hmm.
Do you have anything else to say about Aggressive Evolution?
Um, this is probably my second favorite song on the album.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing what your first favorite one is then. All right, so we will move into track number three. This is Broken Vision Rhythm, featuring Harry Rule of God Complex. Michael, what do you got on this one?
I I really like uh this. I really like how it opens up immediately with the vocals screaming, everything, just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, this is just another just heavy as hell hardcore song. There's no hesitation whatsoever on this. It
Yeah,
opens up going full blast with the all out assault.
yeah, they
Uh
did not care. They just
no.
go,
Yeah, the only time it seems to slow down is towards the end. It isn't really taking, but you know, even though it does slow down a bit, it's really not taking any of the potency down. It's still just sludgy and
yeah,
heavy. I mean, the song just it retains the fire all the way through to the
yeah,
closing moments. It just goes hard as hell. I mean, there's no backing off and getting more
yeah,
melodic with it. It just
yeah.
goes hard.
I I think its purpose is to be extremely hard hitting song because of how the instruments wound up because of how hard they sound. They sound like an average heavy metal song with very a lot of very screaming vocals.
Yeah, it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Did you like this song as well as you liked Aggressive Evolution?
If I had to like place it, I think I would place it fifth. I
Yeah?
yeah,
Not enough melody for you?
nope.
No.
I couldn't really catch on to the vocals, sadly.
That's fair. Anything else to say on Broken Vision Rhythm?
Nope.
Okay. So we will move on to track number four. This is Two Way Mirror. Michael, take it away.
I really like how it opens up with the drum and the guitars, and you could hear like screaming in the background. It sounds like uh I I just like the melody throughout the song with the guitar and the drum, and I like how it keeps track, like on the track of the drum, then guitar, drum, guitar throughout the song. Um, and I just like the song overall. If I had to rank it, it'd be third.
Yeah, yeah, I really love this song too. We go from these two really heavy songs to open the record into this more melancholic, melodic, sort of shoegaze song. I love the guitar tone on this song through the chorus. The vocals are really subdued, almost like they're lower in the mix compared to the instruments. It just it works really, really well. This is a fantastic song.
Three.
Anything else on this one?
Probably my third favorite song on the album, and it's nicely made.
Yeah, interestingly, I think this song is a popular song amongst streamers of the music here. This song ranks pretty high on the rankings as far as top streamed songs from the band. So I do think this one is a beloved song.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on Spotify, this most of the songs on this record is their most listened to. Two-Way Mirror is at 26 million listens, and it is fifth on their most listened
Yep,
popular.
it's fifth on most listened on Tidal also. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely one of the more popular songs for sure. Anything else to say on this one?
Nope.
Okay. So moving along at a brisk pace, we're into track number 5. This is 451 days. Michael, what you got on this?
It's a great intermission. Um, I'm really confused about the 451 days part of the name.
Yeah, like the meaning of it.
Yeah. For me, like when I first saw the song come across, I thought it was when I first listened to it, I thought it was like how many days that they had like broken up from, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the meaning of the song is. I wasn't able to find any sort of record background as far as breaking down on a track by track basis. So I don't really have the background on what this particular song is about. I wonder if maybe because of the emotional tenor overall of this record, if this has something to do with maybe like 451 days since a breakup, or 451 days of a great relationship, or 451 days since they lost someone. You know what I mean? I'm not entirely sure, but I know that this is kind of a very chill synth segue. There's like a really cinematic feel to it. I could almost hear this song playing during some, very cool scene in a science fiction film where we're visiting an unknown world, making some sort of
Yeah,
discovery or
like
something like that.
especially at the start of the song, it sounds like you just made a new discovery in like a game or something.
Right. Yeah. Just a really neat synth segue. Yeah. Good stuff.
You finally reached that one point of the game where you hear the nice soothing music as it goes in a cinematic pans out.
Yep. Anything else on 451 days?
Nope.
Okay. We'll move on to track 6. This is New Faces in the Dark. Michael, what do you got on this one?
I really like how it opens up with that guitar solo. Yeah, I really like that. That guitar solo alone made me want to have my guitar around me and pick it up.
Start jamming.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I kind of something I realized throughout the record. It's like you hear like voices and stuff.
Yeah, they kind of play like snippets or something
Yeah.
of various things in the background. Yeah, yeah,
And you can hear that during the guitar solo.
yeah. I mean, for me, I love the breakdown as the song heads into the sub chorus. It makes me want to get up and start headbanging. There's a really heavy feeling of melancholy in this song. And again, we have these very aggressive moments complete
Mhm.
with the screams, and then it's combined with
Yeah.
these slower, more melodic moments with the clean
Yeah.
vocals. And I really love the vocal delivery during the chorus. It's
Mhm.
really well done.
Yeah. Um, I feel like it's back and forth with some of these songs. It goes melodic, then heavy, melodic, then heavy.
And it works for them.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, I want to mention this, that the clean vocals tend to be really subdued, while
Yeah.
the aggressive vocals feel like the harsh vocals are way out are in front. But the more melodic vocals tend to feel like they're way more subdued. They're lower in the mix.
Mhm. Agreed.
I think it works well for it though.
Especially with like the eeriness of this record and all that
Yeah,
jazz.
I don't know if I would necessarily call it eerie, but I would certainly call it atmospheric. Definitely a lot of emotion and atmosphere in this.
Mhm.
Anything else on New Faces in the Dark?
Um, no.
Okay, so we'll move on to track 7. This is Red Room. I'll go and let you take this one away.
For this song, it's I re I remember me and you were in the car and this song came on and it I literally told you it gave me the chills.
Can you put your finger on what gave you the chills about it?
It's just like the beginning with the I don't even know what to call it. Just all the way through it. It has that I don't know what instrument it is.
Yeah, this is another one of those segue tracks. It kind of opens up with this really haunting synth piece before getting into a more heavy, hardcore sounding section during the last half of the song. And it's during that last half of the song where there's actually some screamed vocals going on, but it's not much. It's pretty minimal. Uh,
Yeah.
and it seems to me that this song is mainly serving the purpose of accentuating the message being conveyed on the previous song, which was New Faces in the Dark. So it almost feels like this song is kind of the cap to New Faces in the Dark.
I could agree with that.
Anything else on this segue?
I don't clear I don't declare these segues as fillers, which is a good thing. It it kind of brings out the musical astro I just feel that it just brings out the record even more because of these segues.
Yeah, it enhances them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just enhances the whole entire album together because most of them lead on from the previous song,
Yeah,
if
so,
not all of them.
yeah, it's kind of like the glue that holds the record together, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and obviously Loathe is not the only band that makes use of this kind of stuff. Uh, we've in our previous episodes we've discovered that Tool likes to use a lot of segues. You and I also know that Periphery really like to use a lot of segues in their music and stuff like that. It's just it's it's interesting. It's not really filler, but it's meant to. I think it's meant to create like this kind of cinematic experience. it's like the glue that holds the tracks together. I think it's the best way I can describe it. Michael, you got anything else on this one? All right. So we'll move on from Red Room into track number 8. This is Screaming. Michael, take it away.
I really like how it opens up with that guitar and drum. The drum and the guitar switch places from one of the previous songs. Um, Also, uh, I just really like it just just because of the instruments and stuff. It's just perfect.
Yeah, I think Screaming is another one of those top songs that appear on streaming. In fact, on Tidal, it's ranked number 2 in the list of uh, most streamed songs for the band. So this is definitely another one of those songs that is really popular with the listener base. And just so happens to be another one of my favorite tracks on the record. Uh, this song feels sort of post metalish. Um, Primarily features melodic, clean vocals, but we do get some harsh vocals to accentuate certain parts of the song where we kind of break down into more sludgy, heavy sections. I really enjoy the vocal melody and delivery during the chorus. It's it's just perfect. Michael, do you have anything else on Screaming?
Then again, with the melodic vocals, it kind of just falls back with the instruments and drums. It's kind of less noticeable, but it is still noticeable. And the screaming vocals, of course, are out in front like always. It's some me and you have realized already, just all the way through it, just from the second song. It's kind of like bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, they do a good job of creating some dichotomy in the song structures by including these really heavy pieces and or I guess I should say a combination of these really heavy pieces and then the really melodic, more emotional pieces. So yeah, it creates a really interesting dichotomy and it keeps you invested in the record in each song.
Read
All right. Anything else on Screaming before we move on?
probably in my um probably my top four
Awesome.
song on the record.
Awesome. All right. So now we'll move on to track number 9. This is It Really You? Michael, take it away.
I really like this song. I really like how it opens up. Um, I like it all the way through. I I found myself listening to the song on repeat once. Uh, Also, uh, really, I just like just the feeling at the beginning, and then eventually it just starts getting more and more upbeat, slowly but surely, until you finally reach the vocals.
Yeah, it kind of builds, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like a few like 10 or so seconds in the song, you finally reach the drums, and then maybe like 10 or 20 seconds later, you reach the vocals. And the vocals are perfect. It fits so well with the song. Like calm, melodic. I I I can't express this how much I like this song.
Is this your
I
favorite song on the record?
Yes.
Yeah.
hmm I
Yeah.
kind of like once you get towards the middle, I kind of like how you hear the echoes of the voices voices.
Yeah, you're talking about like
Yeah.
that after the second verse when it goes
Yeah.
into that little heavy guitar section, and
Yeah,
you hear the voice in the background.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a really cool moment in the song. Yeah, for me, this is my favorite song on the entire record, hands down. It's got this very melancholic shoegaze feel to it. I very much enjoy the synth work that opens the song before breaking into the song proper. And I gotta admit, when those drums kick in at the end of the synth piece, it's like, here we go. Just, I love that little drum fill there. It's great. The dual vocal harmonies on this song just work so well. I've heard it told that this song is about a dream that Loathe guitarist Eric Bickerstaff had. I don't know the specifics of the dream, but I'm told that that's what this song is about. There's just something so beautifully, hauntingly romantic about this song. I love the lyrics to the song so much. I love the vocal delivery. Just the chorus has so much emotional power to it. Like I'm sitting here wanting to just sing it, just belt it out. I love the chorus so much. This song is just a perfect ballad. Phenomenal song. If I were to rate the song by itself, it's a 10 out of 10. It's that good. And it probably rates easily among a list of maybe my top 20 favorite ballads ever.
Liked by a lot of people because it's number one. I'm pretty sure on every platform it's on.
Yeah, it is. It's number one on
Yeah,
title.
it's number one on Spotify too.
Yeah, and it's easy to see why. This song is just it's chef's kiss. It's perfect.
Well made.
Do you have anything else on Is It Really You?
Um, Other than favorite song on the record, amazing, perfect.
100%. All right, and we move off of Is It Really You into track 10. This is Gourd. Michael, go ahead and take it away.
I feel like we've heard the like this at yeah, we have at the beginning of the song with the guitar work like at the very beginning of the sh with the strumming of the guitar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is on what either one of the intermission songs or on another song on this record.
A little bit of use
But
of leitmotif.
yeah, yes, I couldn't think of the word. Yes, yes. I kind of like how it slowly progresses and adds more things as it as a at the beginning because you start with the single guitar, then you go to like screaming vocals, then you add the drums. It's just perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, we go from this really beautiful, emotional, haunting ballad back into the heavy with this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that this song starts, it almost feels like this could have been a fantastic album opener by itself. The guitar riff and drums just get me moving every time I hear it. The head banging, stomping my feet. This is one of those great mosh pit songs. We're
Wouldn't be
back.
surprised to see a huge mosh pit, like seven at once.
I mean, we're back with this aggressive music and the harsh vocals. It's just an
Yeah.
absolute banger of a song to follow up on Is It Really You? Anything else
And
to
then like right after the beginning, you just start getting into that heavy beat, heavy everything.
write? Super aggressive.
Yes. You go from just chill to like attacking.
Yep. All out oral assault.
Yeah.
Anything else on this one?
Nope.
All right, so moving right along to track 11. This is Heavy is the Head That Falls with the Weight of a Thousand Thoughts. Michael, what do you got on this one?
I like how this opens up. It kind of carries the energy from Gord with the heavy energy. It's just perfect with just like bringing along that energy. And I like how it opens up with the guitar and I think it's drums. Yeah, just great.
Yeah, the opening to this song just sounds like absolute heavy as hell chaos. The harsh vocals during the opening section seem to be mixed down with the instruments so that they're all like one chaotic wall of sound. Then the opening ends and we get into more of a traditional metalcore sounding song. It doesn't lose any of the aggression, but it does allow for the music and the vocals to breathe just a bit more. The song closes with this beautiful acoustic guitar riff. It's quite the dichotomy, and for one song, it's an amazing song, and it's
From
a
Heavy.
mouthful for the title of the song, right?
Yeah, Heavy is the head that falls with the weight of 1,000. Too much. Too
Yeah,
much.
it's a big mouthful. Do you have anything else on this one?
Um, I don't think so.
I tell you, I this is one of my another one of my favorite songs on the record. If nothing else, just for the sheer chaos of the beginning of the song, it
Yeah.
is just
It,
this wall of chaos.
yeah. It it kind of I kind of would think to see that from like uh Periphery with like one of their heavy songs like Blood Eagle.
Yeah, yeah, just
Yeah.
pure heavy chaos.
I think
Another
this song could rival Blood Eagle on the heavy sense
yeah, another
to
one of
like
those
cause him.
another one of
Yeah.
those good pit songs. At least from the beginning of it anyway. Anything else on this one?
Nope.
All right. So we'll move right along to track 12. This is a sad cartoon. Michael, go ahead and take it away.
I really like how it opens up with that solo guitar and then it starts adding the drums and then just starts making its way. It kind of creates it goes from just it seems like it's gonna be a melodic song coming off the last song and then gets that heavy goes to drums, then that heavy guitar riff, and then you get chill.
Yeah, it's definitely chill throughout most of the
Yeah,
song. Um, it's kind of a slower, more melancholic and melodic song.
yeah,
The guitar work is really hooky. The vocal delivery is really clean and subdued. And I think my very favorite part of this song, there's a sort of weird, trippy, jazzy section around the halfway point. It's it's fantastic. It works so well.
yeah,
My definitely my favorite part of the song.
yeah. Different, especially coming off the other songs.
Definitely. There's not another section like this in any of the other songs.
Yeah,
Um, I, this I really like this song a lot. Um, and I think it's worth mentioning that this song and the song that follows up with it, which is called a sad cartoon reprise, I think these two songs for me would be the perfect finale to this record. Obviously, there's one more song on that they have listed on the record, but I personally feel like these two songs in particular would have been a perfect closer. Do you have anything else on a sad cartoon?
not really.
All right. So we'll move on to track 13. This is a sad cartoon reprise. And I kind of alluded to this already. Um, this is it's a synth segue that picks up right where the previous track ended. Uh, it maintains the melancholic vibes. And it actually, again, almost feels to me like it would have been the perfect album closer. It's got that kind of closing to a film feel to it, like the end of a film. Michael, what do you got on this one?
Nice and smoothing. S- It's just smooth. It definitely seems like it should be an end of a record.
Or maybe the emotional finale
Yeah,
to a video game or a
yeah.
TV show or something.
hmm
Do you have anything else on a sad cartoon reprise?
I'm to to me, it kind of I I think it this really makes you feel like this is the end of the record, but it's really not. Because normally like all the reprise stuff is towards the end.
Yeah, usually when a band does a reprise, it usually doesn't fall directly after the actual song that it's reprising. Usually, you'll have the actual song, which would be, earlier on in the record, and then much later on in the record, they would do like a reprise. But
Mhm.
it's interesting that in this case, it directly follows up on a sad cartoon. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting choice.
Interesting creative direction.
Anything else on this one?
No.
All right, so now we'll move on to the final song on the record. This is the title track from the record. It's titled I Let It In, and it took everything. And this features Vincent Void. Michael, what do you got on this one?
I really like how this opens up with the guitar and the you hear melodic vocals in the background. Also like how it carries on that. And so it slowly adds more things with the drums, then the guitar, and then it just ditches the things that it started with and just moves into a heavy song.
Yeah, this song kind of opens with a more atmospheric, melancholic vibe, featuring subdued vocals that seem to, again be mixed down under the instruments. The song then opens into a more aggressive metalcore sound, complete with the harsh vocals. And then, as we get into the final third of the song, we get this sort of slower tempo, atmospheric soundscape. The vocal delivery
Mm.
during this section is really haunting and emotional. I think I think it's a good song, but I still feel like a sad cartoon and the sad cartoon reprise would have been a much better album closer. Like this song could have been before both of those, and then closed it off with the sad cartoon songs. It's still a really good song. I just if it was my artistic choice, I probably would have moved this back. You got anything else on this one, Michael?
I agree with you at the ending part. It it's just perfect. Good song. It's just it needs. I think it could have been placed a bit better. And I agree with you where it should have been like placed like right before a sad cartoon.
Yeah, I think it would have worked better there for sure. And again, that's not saying anything bad about the song. I do think the song is really good. I don't like the sequencing where it's placed in the sequencing.
Mm.
All right, any last thoughts on this one before we close our discussion up here?
So
All right, so we'll move into our overall album ratings. Michael, give me your final thoughts on this record and give me your rating out of five.
I really enjoyed this. Found myself listening to it the whole entire time we were ever since I started this assignment. Um, I felt I felt that I came back like to this uh, album like I which switch tabs real fast and uh restart the album over and over and over and over again.
It's hooky, right?
Yeah. If I were to give it a rating out of five, it would be a five.
Wow, giving it a perfect score. I like it, Michael. I like it a lot.
I really enjoyed this.
I'm really glad you did. I wasn't sure whether or not you would end up liking it, um, but I'm really glad you did. Um, for me, this was the first album I ever heard from Loathe, and I had never heard any of their music before this. Um, but it had been recommended to me through, if I remember right, I was on like a message board. Um, I think it was on a message board talking to someone about Dredge, and they recommended Loathe to me, and I was hooked the moment that I heard Aggressive Evolution. Just it had me hooked all the way through. And when it came to Is It Really You, like I actually teared up. It was that emotional and moving for me. It's such a beautiful song. And I found myself going back and revisiting that song a couple of times before I moved on to finish the album for the first time, just because it was that powerful to me. I fell in love with this record. There for a while, it was in regular rotation for me, where I was listening to it, almost on a daily basis. And this record came out in 2020, right around the height of the pandemic, and just something about the haunting music, the just this heavy, melancholic, emotional feeling that the record brings seemed to encapsulate that period in time really, really well. This record means a lot to me, especially for Is It Really You? Just a beautiful song. The entire record is extremely well done. And I agree with you, Michael. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5.
Mm.
All right. We have our question for the audience. What is your favorite track on I Let It In and It Took Everything, and why? I did pose this question on our social media accounts earlier, and we got a couple responses on threads. Our first response comes from, I believe it's pronounced Minu. They say, I bought this record blind, never heard of or listened to Loathe, but fell in love pretty instantly. Loved this record. And Phil Sparks on Threads says, don't know if I have a favorite song, but I think this record is incredible as a whole. It has such an iconic, moody soundscape. And yeah, I agree with both of these comments. The record is definitely heavy with that emotional, moody, heavy. It's hard to accurately put into words what this album means to me. Michael, do you have any closing thoughts before we move on to our next segment?
This record deserves its rating.
100%. All right, so now we will move on to our next segment. This is Can't Wait, new music coming soon. Our last episode, which was our uh, top 5 records of 2024, we did go over a really big list of music that we were looking forward to that is coming out in 2025. The first of those records drops on January 10th. It's Mark Tremonti's The End Will Show Us How. Really looking forward to hearing this thing. I've enjoyed the singles that I've heard from it so far. This will drop right around the time, or I guess shortly after this episode releases here. So looking forward to hearing that. I will definitely be reporting back on this on our next episode. Michael, any new music coming soon for you over the next couple of weeks?
The way in which is the kill switch Switch and Gauge record,
Yeah, it's still a bit away.
sadly.
Anything else for you from this segment?
Nope.
All right. So we will move into our next segment. This is listener feedback, and we did get one piece of listener feedback regarding episode 11, our top five records of 2024. Mindfilled underscore music on Threads says, awesome albums by Caligula's Horse, The Cure, Oceans of Slumber, and Mother of Millions. And yeah, we wholeheartedly agree with that. For me, obviously, The Cure and Mother of Millions just barely missed the cut. I think it was the same for Michael as well. I had the Caligula's Horse album and Oceans of Slumber both in my top five. Michael, Oceans of Slumber didn't quite make it, but the Caligula's Horse album, I believe, was on your top five, wasn't it? Could be wrong. Yep, actually, I am wrong. Yep, Mother of Millions, Oceans of Slumber, and Caligula's Horse all just barely missed out.
Yeah.
And The Cure,
Uh,
so
the closest was Mothers of Millions,
yep.
which made top six. It was
Just
close.
barely missed the cut. Yep. All right. And moving on from listener feedback, we're going into our next segment. This is Michael's journey discovering a song from the past. And in this episode, we are going to talk about Etta James's At Last. First, a little bit of background on this song. At Last was written by Mac Gordon and Harry Warren for the musical film Sun Valley Serenade in 1941. In 1960, rhythm and blues singer Etta James recorded an arrangement by Riley Hampton that improvised on Warren's original melody. Etta James's rendition was the title track on her debut album At Last in 1960 and was eventually inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. This song for Etta James became her signature song and was the third in a string of successful songs from her debut album, also titled At Last. In April of 1961, it became her second number two R&B hit single and crossed over to pop radio, reaching number 47 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2009, James's version was inducted into the Library of Congress's National Recording Registry, and in 2021, it was ranked at number 115 on Rolling Stone's top 500 greatest songs of all time. Michael, what do you have on this song?
It seems like there's a lot of high praise for this song.
Sure is.
It's gracefully done. I really like the instruments in the background. Her voice is beautiful, fits well. Uh, it kind of seems like it's a song to slow dance to.
It definitely is.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say.
Yeah, for me, I love the kind of sultry strings that open the song. And then Etta's vocal delivery is very passionate and beautiful. She's got a terrific voice. The sweeping musical arrangement is gorgeous. It's a quintessential love song, right? It's certainly not hard to understand why this song is so beloved and continues to be used in weddings and wedding receptions. Definitely a song that you would slow dance to. A beautiful song, beautifully arranged. Yeah, yeah. She's amazing. Michael, give us your final thoughts on the song and give us your rating out of five.
It's just definitely slow dance song. I'm probably gonna give this a 4.5.
4.5. Okay. Well, with that said, up next for you on your journey, Michael, is a song that I really think you're going to like because it's got kind of a socially conscious background. The next song we're going to cover is War by Edwin Starr. And on our next episode, for our main topic, we will be discussing the Beatles' 1963 debut studio album, Please Please Me. Michael, are you excited about this? Excited to get into some
Yeah,
Beatles?
I guess the only song I've heard from the Beatles is Yellow Submarine.
You're in for a treat. This is quite a bit different. Trust, yeah, this is quite a bit different. I think you'll like this.
I thought Yellow Submarine was peak Beatles.
That depends on what version of the Beatles you like. I think we'll have a fun discussion on this one. All right, and with that said, we do want to hear from you. We will read your emails and messages on the show. We have only one request: keep them clean. There are several ways to contact us. You can email us at lightmovepod@gmail.com. You can also reach us on several social media platforms such as Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Details on how to connect us with us are in the show notes.
If you liked the show, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform and share with your friends and family. We are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and a variety of other platforms. We are on YouTube too. Can't find us on your chosen platform? Shoot us a message and let us know. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This helps us to be found in the algorithm, make them good, and we'll read them on air. Are you in a band and you'd like for us to check you out, possibly drop a recommendation on the show? Shoot us a message. We'd love to check you out and give you a shout.
We'd like to thank you very much for listening to the Leitmotif and Movement podcast. Take care and enjoy music.